Chairman, committee members, thank you for the opportunity to speak about this bill. I'm Tom Ventura. I'm the president of Ocala Breeder Sales Company. OBS has been conducting thoroughbred auctions in Ocala since 1975. I'm not going to get into our sales. Todd Wojciechowski will do that. I am going to share some of my concerns about this bill. The importance of purses, and breeders' awards has long been recognized in the statutes as critical to the success of the Florida thoroughbred industry. In fact, a portion of this bill specifically points this out, and that language has been in existence in the statutes for years. In lines 110 through 115, a purse structure for racehorse owners competitive with the purses offered in other states is an important factor in attracting the entry of well-bred horses in race meets in this state. This is why thoroughbred tracks in Florida have been statutorily required for decades to pay a portion of gambling proceeds from slots and poker to enhance purses and breeders' awards. In fact, the very entity that is pushing you to pass this legislation, Gulfstream Park and First Racing, supported the passage of the initial slot statute in 2005, which included the funding requirement for thoroughbred permit holders as a condition of getting a slots license. Now, decades later, they want to renege on that deal. This bill immediately shuts off these statutory funding requirements from slots and cards and reduces the number of race performances that a thoroughbred track must conduct to continue these gaming operations. The legislators have consistently and historically recognized the importance of thoroughbred racing and breeding in Florida by creating a statutory framework that protects and promotes the Florida thoroughbred industry and its profound impact on the state economy and the preservation of green space. In fact, it has a greater economic impact than spring training. The legislators reinforced once again in 2021, and they preserved the coupling of slot and card licensing for thoroughbred permit holders with revenue sharing and minimum racing requirements by specifically excluding the thoroughbred racing and breeding from decoupling and retained other protective measures to maintain racing days. While it is certainly the prerogative of First Racing and Gulfstream Park to walk away from racing and develop or sell their property, they do not and should not have the right to walk away with parting gifts of 2 slot machines and card room licenses on the backs of the horsemen and the breeders that are their partners and were critical in obtaining these privileges. Gaming is a highly regulated and restricted privilege in this state. The 5-year protection plan with 40 days of racing a year may be intended to be a life raft, but it is a ride on the Titanic. Less racing for less money will push owners, trainers, and breeders out of business or seek alternate opportunities outside of this state, taking the jobs and the businesses with them. Now is the time. Put the notion of decoupling to bed. A standalone casino without live racing is not additive to the economy, it's a negative, and it inflicts harm to a multi-billion-dollar thoroughbred industry. Send a message of support to a signature industry of Florida. Killing this bill will keep jobs and businesses in Florida and will build confidence for the future. Please vote no on this bill and stop it from moving forward. Thank you.